Good day, obedience worldwide, and welcome to Obidate Family TV. Today, we dey greet una. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever on a day. We know say I get different time zone. We dey bring una different better news. Where we say e dey comot, e dey jollificate our mind because of say plenty things don dey go wrong for this day mandate wey be say dem steal from us. We don dey hear plenty things wey be say e dey comot from US and the international media. Dem don begin dey discuss the thing wey dem no begin dey discuss for many months wey we dey talk am. Dem don begin dey discover sake of say this very invasion of Niger Republic e dey imminent. Tinubu dey fight tooth and nail, but senators themselves no gree am. But at the same time, the US themselves, dem don begin dey talk for behind the scenes say dem go open up that file wey be say dem talk say dem no go open if im no go do the work wey dem send am to go do. Since the overthrow of Niger Republic's US-friendly government, West African nations of the ECOWAS bloc have threatened an invasion of their neighbor, which is Nigeria, threatening Niger Republic. Before leading the charge for intervention, ECOWAS chair Bola Tinubu spent years laundering millions for heroin dealers in Chicago. That one we don't talk many times for here with several corruption scandals. Now, hours after Niger's Western-backed leader was detained by the country's presidential guard, Tinubu come begin dey talk, dey speak grammar for wetin no concern Nigeria inside. Im begin dey jump into action, begin dey one group of nations, begin dey speak say we will not tolerate any situation that incapacitates the democratically elected government. Im forget say na im be the person wey be say im come do coup for Nigeria for 25th of February. As the chairperson of ECOWAS, im continue to dey talk say I state without a qualification grammar that Nigeria stands firmly with the elected government in Niger. 2 days later, ECOWAS imposed severe sanction on Niger, and the bloc issued a stark ultimatum. If the newly inaugurated junta won't reinstall the ousted president in a week's time, the group's West African government will, by military means, if necessary, dem go talk say dem go give them deadline. Now, ECOWAS leaders approved a plan to invade the country with the caveat that they are not going to tell the coup plotters when and where they are going to strike. Now, if ECOWAS gets its way, member states Benin, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, and Nigeria, and many other African countries will be pressured to send their soldiers to invade Niger Republic. And that one na war demand dey carry us go. And why they do all these things? Now because of say US go expose in FBI file. Now the files wey be say na the things wey be say they comot, wey be say we wan bring comot for this very hour. Because of say the kind things wey be say they don do for US. Now Western media don begin dey carry am. These developments have trust, that is, make I know even they talk this thing. Even the neighboring Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, which are also governed by military administration that recently seized power by force, have all warned that any attack on Niger will be viewed as an attack on them too. However, make the first move, they say the nations with the mainstream media have done African scoop, whatever. They are pledged also to unleash their military across forces as well. This announcement, which should end by illusions that restoring country previous president, will be a painless process. Now, wetin we dey talk for inside be say all of this very grammar wey dey comot from ECOWAS, dey comot from Tinubu, even senators wey be say dem dey for Nigerian Senate, dem don talk say dem no want this invasion. But if una see all the body language and the smoke wey be say dey comot for that side, Tinubu still won't go ahead. But me I sure say that he must go through the constitution. And the constitution talks say na Senate na him go approve am. Notwithstanding say na him talk say make dem carry Akpabio put as Senate president, but at the same time e get some things wey be say I know say e no go work. The Fulani man wey dey there and Hausa people wey be say na their brothers dey Niger Republic, dem no go gree. Make we no forget say if Niger also wan target, na our own dem go target, and that one na to cripple all of us, because na our own money go take dey buy im own fuel, wey be say if dem bomb any of our place, na story dey. Now make I no carry una go too much inside this, because the thing wey we wan expose na how US and Western media now don begin dey talk about this thing. And wetin dem dey talk be say that drug scandal wey Tinubu get, the money wey dey launder people wey be say dem dey carry heroin and other things for US, dem wan open am. And why dem wan open am na because of say if e no succeed to attack Benin Republic, na so dem take talk o. No be say go talk say na Obidati family talk am. Make we go check wetin Western media talk. We will get to that point. How dem take talk am, how dem take explain am, because everything na underneath dem go dey talk am win small small. But we know say no place wey be say smoke dey without fire. So we must bring it out. With me to discuss all of this thing, na Esther na im dey gidigba for studio with me. Esther.
Hello, obedient and well-meaning Nigerians. Welcome again, but welcome to another episode of Hope Alive on top Obidati Family Television. My people, the story we will carry come to the one wey go sweet una well for belle. Una welcome and join us. But remember, our goal na to keep our eyes on the judiciary. Our goal na to recover our mandate. But my people, make una come on board. May we discuss.
Yes, make we discuss. Na im be the thing. This very discussion now we dey enter now. And this very discussion, we dey hear all this while dem talk say people wey dey for America don demand make dem give them freedom of information. Dem don ask them make dem for bring about the information of Tinubu wey be say e dey for FBI file, but dem no gree. We don talk all those ones before. But now, wetin dem dey comot for there, that same Western media wey no dey gree before to dey talk about this issue, dem don begin dey raise am. And as dem dey raise am, we don dey hear from people wey be say dem dey comot from that side say that file go soon open if Tinubu no do wetin dem wan make you do. And that thing wey be say dem wan make you do na because of Niger Republic. That Niger Republic dey very strong. No be say we dey in support of say make military dey rule them, but we know say when military take over, e get something wey be say military see from the civilians before dem take over. And usually if dem come, dem go wan install democratically then dem go set election time. We know. So those people, instead of to say we wan invade them, now to echo or to discuss with them when are they going to put do new election for there and other things. But US be like say dem get interest for wetin dey happen for Niger, and that very interest na the uranium wey be say dem get. And that uranium, make una go check am well na the something wey be say dem dey use to power solar, no be only solar, that wetin the power plants wey dey do wetin dem dey call am. Well, make I know for carrying my mouth dey do this thing. I go find that very something wey be say then my people dey tell me say make I no talk am, but I go talk am. But anyway, sha, I wan again start with wetin dem dey talk for the media now, for the international media about Tinubu, because na national embarrassment e be for us. With that very one, I wan tell una say in 1993, we don talk this thing before, but we go repeat. Say in 1993, e get report wey be say one IRS special agent Kevin Moss write. Kevin Moss explained that there is probable cause to believe that funds in certain bank account controlled by Bola Tinubu represent proceeds of drug trafficking. Therefore, these funds are forfeitable to United States. That's why we take talk. And these documents wey we dey talk like this, that document na FBI hold, and not only FBI, many other things wey we say e don happen. In this document, Kevin Moss describes an extremely close working relationship between Tinubu and two Nigerian heroin dealers named Abiodun Abere and Akambe. The letter of whom was listed as Tinubu's cousin on an application for vehicle loan. Na him come talk say na him being cousin wey be say dem go do loan for vehicle. According to bank employees wey be say Agent Mose make his own investigation, Bola Tinubu came to First Heritage Bank in December of 1989 to open the account. All this one dey comot from the investigation wey that special agent take do, but some people dey talk say make I talk am, make I bring am as even David Winde take bring am. He was introduced to them by Akande, who at that time na Akande na he introduced Tinubu, who at that time maintained the account with them at the bank. What more, the bank record indicate that Bola Tinubu also opened a joint checking account in his name and the name of his wife, Remi Tinubu, who had previously opened a joint account also at this bank with Andre Akande, the wife of Akande. Kevin Moss, when he said that the special agent, he explained, say, in several of the applications, the addresses used by Tinubu exactly match those previously used by Akande. Now, if you don't know Akande then define them as a heroin dealer, person will be say if they carry drugs, they enter US big time. And what they talk say Tinubu they do when you dey hear bag man, they mean say Tinubu they carry money for them. Now, according to the bank record, Tinubu opened an individual money market account with a noun account at this very First Heritage Bank in December 1989. The special agent notes that in the application, Tinubu stated that his address was 7504 South Stewart, Chicago, Illinois. The same address used previously by Akande. So Akande will be heroin dealer, serious one, will be criminal. Now, two of them, they use the same address, but you know passport there. Now, bank records disclose that 5 days after the account was opened on January 4th, 1990, $80,000 US was deposited into the now account at First Heritage Bank by wire transfer through First Chicago from one Houston. The report says that according to IRS, the money was sent by Akande. Now, this Akande, who happens to mean like the drug lord himself, now if the person will send that money, enter Tinubu's account, $80,000 US as at that time, or maybe now. But the Nigerian Tinubu's financial dealings with the heroin traffickers went even further. That is with Akande, it went more. According to the special agent Moss, who wrote this report from IRS, he said, he wrote that Citibank record documents that 2 additional corporate accounts held in the name of Compass Finance and Investment Company Limited, which were controlled by Bola Tinubu. Now, when Bola Tinubu opened these accounts, he provided a memorandum of association, an article, which identified Adeboyega Akande and Abiodun Agbele as directors of Compass Finance and Investment Company Limited. Now, so Agent Moss take right hand. In the end, Tinubu somehow managed to deposit over $660,000 US in his First Heritage Bank account in 1990 and more than 1.2 million the next year, all while claiming to take home just 2,400 a month from his position at Mobil Oil Nigeria. Then talk say Mobil Oil they pay him 2,400 per month. We don't hear $1.2 million. Now they see for inside the account. Now, as that investigation into the money laundering scheme began to gain traction, Tinubu left the US and returned to Nigeria. Ultimately, Agent Kevin Moss was able to speak to him, to Tinubu directly by the phone. And he said that it's on a number of occasions. He reported that Tinubu initially acknowledged his personal and financial dealings in the pay of drug traffickers. But in late January of 1992, Tinubu advised agents investigating this matter that he had no business, association, or financial relationship with Abere and Akande. Now, so agent for that very report, if you get them. This information contradicted his prior statement on January 13 of 1992, when he advised law enforcement officers that the money used to open the account at First Heritage Bank had come from Akande. Now the first thing where he take talk, now he can't change up, talk say the money. Anyway, make we go back to Nigeria. Back in Nigeria, Tinubu had already began to transition his political arena. By that very 1992 where we dey talk, he was elected to Senate, and in 1999 he become governor of Lagos State, a position where we say in return till 2007, as we know. Now, by this very point for his tenure, Tinubu established a relationship with the U.S. Embassy, which could last for years to come, according to Strove diplomatic cables. Now, but when even his State Department allies could not help noticing Tinubu's penchant for dishonesty, one particularly noteworthy pointed out that the Tinubu is known to play fast and loose with facts, and has been caught in the past embellishing his educational achievements. In the end, however, Tinubu's usefulness seemed to have overwhelmed his casual relationship with the truth, and the Tinubu went on to provide Nigerian officials with a near continuous assessment of his political situation in the country. Waiting all this one, wey be say we dey talk. These things wey be say I dey talk here simply mean say the Western people wey be say dem no dey talk about this very drug issue, dem don begin dey talk am. Make I even talk the people wey be say dem dey for US, wey be say dem dey do these dealings, some of them still dey alive. But the issue wey be say e dey surround Tinubu and the files wey be say FBI close, all of them go soon open, because e no go succeed for the Niger Republic invasion. God no go open that thing. And I also want to tell una say this particular issue, where some people they rejoice from bad people, when we say them they rejoice say article that matter where in file for US say them don't throw away that very matter. Now lie be. Make I tell una the story of that very thing, and it go there very straight and very short. Atiku want Nigerians to know how Tinubu take go in school, how him take gather in degree, because all the things wey we say in submit, nobody care for Nigeria to even question am. The one wey we dey talk for court, e dey there, but nobody don begin even dey ask that question wey we say they need everything. But guess what? Yesterday, news don filter in, talk say, then they rejoice say Atiku don withdraw matter wey be say in get for court. That one na story. The case just dey start. Na wetin I wan tell our people. The case just dey start, because im go for circuit court, dem go register that case for circuit court. Im come see say where im go register that matter fit no work. Im go carry the matter go for district court, so im don go higher court wey pass the circuit court wey dey for the same Illinois. So na im the thing wey be say happen. Tell the other court say im dey withdraw that one wey dey happen for circuit court, say make im go for the one wey dey for the district court. So that matter still dey live. So people wey be say dem dey rejoice say Nigerians no go know how the school thing go, how the University of Chicago and all the rule wey dem dey play there, dem dey joke, because it must come out. The waiting I think we talk when I like be say, he say he want make Nigerians know wetin dey happen as far as that educational background University of Chicago dey concerned. With that very one, I go want make we begin to look at wetin our people dey talk about this thing when I talk about now, because plenty people don dey talk about am, and na dem prompt say make I come, make I inform our people, make dem for understand say this invasion here, invasion there of wetin dey happen for Niger Republic, e just no dey happen na because of uranium and that FBI file. Na the thing wey dey inside there. So I talk say I go come out, make I for bring am now, make we see wetin our people dey talk. Esther.
Mr. Kale, no say before we land, before we enter the tweet, again wetin I wan ask you. No say this man Tinubu get so many baggages, so many things where they don't talk say Hindu. I want to from his age to his school to his certificate to his dual citizenship and everything. But my question is, why US can't release this thing now at this point?
US then they plan to release them. You understand? But first, because they don't get this file, they no one give people that file where they done the actions. Then they take a hold. I mean, don't say US. If you and them do something like if you commit crime for US, and they get something where then they call plea bargain. You understand? Yes. That very plea bargain when then they talk, then go fit hide many things for you. Sake of say you go do something for them. You understand? Now, then if they expose the plea bargain where they do, because may I tell you, some people go dey jail as we dey talk now for US because of Tinubu. Heroin. If you carry, aside from those two people will be a big time drug dealers where they then confirm. Yes. You get people will be say Tinubu go sacrifice. Then go meet them with cocaine for here or heroin. Then go come out from whether Guinea or the places where we say Tinubu then or the people they operate from. When they reach US, they will catch them. So plenty people, they feel catch plenty people, send them go prison. Because of them, then go reduce the plan where they want get for Tinubu. You understand me? Okay. So for that very one, when we say they won't open now like threats. Now then they threaten them like say, okay, now when we say you did there now, we get this your file and we feel open them. Like the thing when we say DSS they do to our people around here, if you get corruption case, you understand? So we want make you go make sure say democracy come back. So for open place for people, then go they tell people like say na democracy, now they come back to Niger, but they no say now they want to install their own person when we say go there friendly with them because of the uranium where they for that country. But they know what when they use uranium do. Me, I no go pronounce that one for here. But anyway, now waiting I see. But for the educational one where they talk for Nigeria, that one now first of all, in talk say in go school for Ibadan. And we know say in the Ibadan way in the talk, people will be saying them go school there, talk say they no see them for there. And even the name of the school there in doubt. You understand? Yes. And then the people will be saying if you go to school for Nigeria, you must get even primary school mates. Even if you go secondary school, because we talk say
get classmates.
When they come out from here, then talk say na student visa now take come out. Yes. Even if you no get record, US get the record. That's why they talk say US carry all these things and na their plan. But anyway, make we see wetin our people they talk for inside tweet because of the talk when they talk there, the noise there too much. I say make I refresh our people memory, make them know say, see, now when we say international or global media don't begin to talk now we say things go soon open. So make we for see wetin Bolanle talk.
Okay, now Bolanle talk this one. He said this is why the US is ignoring the haze by Tinubu during the election. It's a document reviewed by the Grey Zone reviewed Tinubu as a long-time US asset was named as a accomplice in a massive drug running operation that saw him launder millions on behalf of a heroin dealing relative. The guy is a snitch for the US government. Over the course of Tinubu's political career in Nigeria, the African operator has cultivated a close relationship with the US Embassy. According to a slew of classified department cables released by WikiLeaks, American officials relied heavily on Tinubu's assessment on the domestic political landscape. That is why they refuse to give us his full criminal files. We should be worried, very, very worried.
Well, as this person said, the guy is a snitch for the US government. When they talk say person be snitch, now person will be say in they give information, you understand? There are more, the person here is talking that Tinubu is an informant of the American government, you understand? Yeah. That's why they don't want to start.
Like waiting I ask you, it's just like waiting I ask you before, you understand? Because all this way they never talk them. Why you can't be saying that now? Because they release and small. They tell us small.
Okay, we get this one from just me about he get waiting I they see there. Make we take another. He get scroll Abi get another this thing, because this very one will be say to translate, to read them, get you get person wey one be like saying a German this thing. But anyway, make we see this one first. They said the chair of ECOWAS, which is threatening to invade Niger, has been mired in corruption scandal and was once accused by US authorities of having laundered millions of dollars for heroin dealers. That one now we don't talk now. So, but what would they talk? They say this very particular our people they talk about this thing because the media, the global media don't begin to pay attention to wetin dey happen. Make we see another tweet wey come out. I even know say David Inde also tweeting own. Come join all the people wey be say they talk about am. Now we get this one wey be say Jackson Ude come talk. He say Tinubu, where are your classmates? When former President Muhammadu Buhari was sworn in 2015, he received and reunited with old classmates in the villa. Bola Tinubu has been sworn in now for over 60 days, and we are yet to see either his primary school or secondary school classmates. When will Bola Tinubu host his classmate? That one now question wey be say na Jackson Ude na in the put am. Still talking on this very something, you know, say WikiLeaks talk something and somebody talk am. Okay,
Toluwani said, well, I also googled Tinubu WikiLeaks. I had to stop reading after the second article. Man is full of shit. Even the ones they've been doing has never published.
Yes. I think what Toluwani it means is that he actually googled Tinubu on WikiLeaks. He had to stop reading the article because there is soon David Inde did not publish. And he said he googled Peter Obi's WikiLeaks. He said the way he said if Julian Assange can't publish anything about Peter Obi, trust me, this man is super clean. Even WikiLeaks said Peter Obi managed the state finances well, and he did not allow his party members to steal from the state. Now, so I like Toluwani. Another one from Piers.
Piers talk say after all the international embarrassment and evidence advanced in court, you think if there will be a rerun, Tinubu will contest again? Once you present a forged document in any election, you have produced and never contest in any shape or form. So even if there is a rerun, Tinubu, the certificate forger, will not be in it. Tinubu will be disqualified 100% by the judges. There is no two ways about it.
Yes, this one now from Ms. Piers, and they talk say Tinubu na international embarrassment na in demand don't be for us within this time. We dey talk all these things for Nigerians to know. Even the judiciary will be say na then they there. And this is the wrong way then they talk. Na their own imagination, because we dey settled and we believe say this very particular mandate then go give us back, and then they go dey for that rerun. Even if them talk say rerun go dey, assuming without agreeing us again. The one wey be saying don't do, when don't stay, don't do. This one now from Obedient TV, where by our sister TV say ECOWAS was not patient enough to wait for the outcome of petition before the court. They hurriedly made Bola Tinubu chairman, and then they turn around and tell Africans that they love democracy. What kind of democracy do they love? All eyes on the judiciary. And be like say we get video where we say these people they talk this very something. I go like make we for hear how this man take talk for this very video. Let's just take a listen.
You have Tinubu, who has won a disputed election. The matter is in court, it has not been finished. West African leaders meet and make him their chairman. And they say that they are committed to democracy. These crazy leaders we have in West Africa. They go and make Tinubu, they are not even patient enough to wait for the outcome of the petition before the court. They go and make him their chairman. And then they turn around and tell us that, oh, as for them, they love democracy. What kind of democracy do they love? In any case, who is going to benefit from military intervention in Niger? It's the West. If you take France, 1 out of every 3 light bulbs is powered by uranium from Niger. 1 out of every 3 light bulbs is powered by uranium from Niger. And yet, Niger is one of the poorest countries in the world. And our leaders are not thinking about this. You understand? What they care about is going to install one of their colleagues who messed up so much. You understand? That's what they care about. If you take all of the French-speaking African states, all of them keep their foreign reserves in the Central Bank of France. The consequence is that these African countries borrow their own money and pay interest on their own money. Whose children should go and die to install a useless president? Whose children should go and die? You think that the soldiers, they are just there to die for any useless cause? They are not. They should try it. They should try it and send soldiers there. When the soldiers get killed, they will see the repercussions in their own countries. It has happened many times, the ripple effect. Why? All of these West African leaders who are meeting to make these declarations and so on, how many of them enjoy the popularity that these cool leaders enjoy? This young guy who recently returned from the Russia-Africa summit, you saw how the whole country mobilized to go and meet him at the airport. Let any of these West African leaders, Tinubu, Alassane Ouattara and so on, try to mobilize people to show support and see how many people will turn out. When ECOWAS sent a delegation to Mali to go and persuade the Malians to hand over, did they see the hundreds of thousands of people who poured out into the street in support of their regimes? Did they see it? How many of these West African leaders enjoy 10% of the popularity that these cool leaders enjoy? That must teach them a lesson. In any case, what is this democracy we are supposed to be protecting? What is this democracy we are supposed to be protecting?
And I don't hear and stop aggression against this very Niger Republic. This madness will be saying they go on everywhere. Make some people begin to talk. Even Salam Abubakar will be saying, then send make you go make people for that place. Those people from Niger, they don't even accept when they enter their country. Now for airport, now in the day. For airport, now in the discuss. So this very issue, make you not be say, US will be saying we get good friendly understanding with. Make you not be saying the same US will we say we get we they always look up to. Make you not be say then they instigate these things. And if they won't leak the FBI file of Tinubu, make them for help Nigerians, make them do them. Make them no hinge on say Tinubu must do this one for them or must do that one. When them not say even Tinubu and the people will do that thing for, will do that queue for Niger, all of them join. But not the only us they talk this thing, because some people go talk say, not the only thing where they hear for social media, I've been from Obidati Family TV, even for mainstream media, people they talk say, you know, good, make me take a listen from mainstream media. At least somebody, such courage to talk for Arise TV. Let's take a listen.
I'm really shocked. The primary responsibility of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to Nigeria and not to ECOWAS. He answers to us. He's not even addressed Nigerians and justify what he's going to do. He's gone to the Senate to ask for approval. That's no way to declare war. It's not easy declaring war. You're sending your men and women into harm's way to go and get killed and kill. I've said it clearly from the outset of that piece I wrote. I am not into political correctness. We in the North, we are tired of wars. We have been at war for 13 years. We have Zabarmas in Nigeria and Niger. We have Hausas. They are the predominant tribe in Niger, 53%. We have Fulanis. We have Kanuris. The whole of Difa region around the northeast of Nigeria, they are Kanuris. So we're going to war and killing them for what? Before any president goes to war, he comes and explains to his people, these are the reasons why I'm going to war. What are the strategic importance, economic, security, or political strategic importance of going to war? What are the self-interests of that country in going to war? The people who are going to war on their behalf, the Western world, France and the United States, they know what their interests are. Their strategic interest is not the people of Niger or Nigeria. But what is underneath the soil of Niger and Nigeria?
Go waka small, make we come out from the things wey be say it happen for Niger. Make we for look where our eyes there, will be the judiciary where we dey. Reports wey dey come out even everywhere now be say Wike and Mary Odre. Now then they be the people wey be say then they enter news this time. Now why the one question wey be say I dey ask be say why be say every time wey bribe and corruption enter, Wike's name go enter? Why be say every bad thing go dey associated with Wike? Not minding say even when him become governor, now this same Mary Odre dem talk say him cry make dem for leave this man make he stay there. They leave Supreme Court leave and make him for stay there. But now this very same man now from Rivers say he rig the election wey happen for Rivers State. From that one, we don dey hear say he don dey use former retired Supreme Court Justice Mary Odre. They go persuade tribunal justices make them for take bribe abi make them for compromise. E no go better for am. I no know wetin other thing wey be say I wan talk, but we don dey hear these things and we dey talk here say no smoke without fire. Make we take wetin our people dey talk, like this one from Shehu Ghazali, how him take talk am.
Shehu Ghazali talk say these are the people working overnight to compromise the presidential election petition tribunal judgment and discredit the Nigerian judiciary. Keep your eyes on them. And
wetin we see for them, we see Fashola, we see Ariola, we see all the other people, including Wike. So, but talking about these people, even this Fashola where they show him face here, we don dey hear say as dem don carry news enter say Fashola don begin they find how dem go take compromise the justices of the Supreme Court and the tribunal. We don hear say for a house dem don go secure am. Army dey guide am, no be police again dey guide am say na army. If no be true be that thing, why be say na army dey go guide former minister? Make I ask una. If no smoke dey there, how dem go talk say na army dem go say make dem go guide am? Who wan kill am? But we know say even Peter Obi wey be say he dey waka everywhere for Naija, if they carry him bag, we dey see am after go show another one. But make we write wetin Ms. P talk for here.
Okay, Ms. P talk say for some judges, being at the bench isn't about dispensing justice, but living a comfortable life. What procedure is really used in the selection and screening of judges? Is there transparency through the whole process? What's with these talks about retired Justice Odili? Hey, retired judge should be truly retired. Many, if not all of them, are well remunerated already and should avoid interfering with the current judge's judicial decision. Or did the meaning of retired change overnight? Justice is blind and sacrosanct. If it's tampered with, it loses its essence. All eyes on the judiciary.
This one now from Ms. Pills. Now we know say wetin in the talk be say if Peter Odere's wife will be Justice Odili, Mary Odili, if she don't retire, they mean say make you go retire. Make she enter her house. Make she go tired. Make she go rest. All these things wey be say when they talk smoke dey. And again, I dey tell una about this Fashola matter wey be say we don talk. Again, if Fashola no begin dey do krukere plans or krukere movements, how dem go send army to go guard am? Like I talk, people dey waka everywhere for Nigeria. Even if they travel, if they carry him back by himself, they waka everywhere. No police dey follow am, not talk less of army. Now people wey be say dem get bad belle, wey be say dem dey plan evil, na dem dey find protection. Make we even look at PO, because when I talk am, when I go think say maybe army dey follow PO wherever him dey go. Make we see the man wey him dey waka, the incoming president wey we know. Let's take a listen.
is to be the man of the people. I hail you, I greet you, a great man.
Abu President Moita. Welcome, sir. That's your version. The chosen one. Go for the respect. The chosen one. Go for God respect. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. Don't worry, we are there.
Incoming president. When I don't see him walking majestically, PO is coming, and we know. Person wey be say people love, una no need to ask, because everywhere where you go, na love una go see. Make una see these two people wey una see for una screen. One, na person wey be say you don carry millions of dollars on bribe, dey put for this in agbada riga, and you see the other person, na person wey plot democratic coup for Nigeria for 25th of February. Now, they call him Shehu Ghazali. Get high in talk and make you tell us.
Shehu Ghazali Sadiq said the face of APC, the national chairman of APC, and the illegitimate president, a dollar thief and a heroin bagman. If you expect anything good to come out of this government, you are stupid.
Oh, now don't hear them. Now for the people when we say then they expect anything good to come out for here, nothing good now go come out. Fear go kill you. Now be the thing wey be say it happen. And again, no be only fuel, rice price go so. Water myself, you no go fit see drink. Una know say when talk Tinubu talk say they save up to 1 trillion naira for their palliative. Okay, I see this one right there for screen now. They don't talk say them they sue Tinubu for failure to publish spending details of 400 billion. But what did they talk that day for in this thing? Not be 1 trillion. That's what I hear.
1 trillion in talk.
Make me explain how that very trillion now, because before you know that money don't work. Then go use them, do anything where they like. But before you talk, I know say your man they do me. You get some people will be say they talk say they support Tinubu for this election. Make we see how far. Make we just take a listen. It be like say we get small video. How body on a will be say on a talk say no be when anywhere where on a go on a carry on a cap on a talk say if no be Baba in the locker. How market? Let's take a listen.
I told most of you here, he has nothing to offer you. You are running around with the cap. Where is the cap now? Only the two man in Yoruba land. Are you getting me? This only man who speaks the truth in Yoruba land. Where is the cap now? Where are those musicians? Where are those pastors? Where are those imams? You invite them to go and do naming ceremony. When they get there, the first thing they will tell you, where are they now?
Election get consequences on a how market. Baptist, the question be say how market. You know say some of una they enter our comment section. Go begin to comment this one. Make you go comment again. You know fit again. Go comment now. You don't enter. The place where we say na corrupt reading people na in Fulham. APC full of corrupt people. All the I know your man they do muimu.
Mr. Kanu, wetin I want to say, say Nigerian democracy no be really reflection of the will of the people. Because when I goes, they say democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But now, wetin this, especially this APC government, wetin they give us now, just the assembly of corrupt leaders. Now, see this Ganduje, where they appoint minister last week. We know in story when he be Kanu State's president. Kanu State
Ganduje, no be they no appoint him as minister. Wetin they do be say
na chairman
of
na chairman. Yes. Now, what of Wike? See the news that we don dey comot. What of Fashola?
Na payback.
What of Fashola? Now, why is APC just recycling old and corrupt leaders they give us?
Anyway, we get something for screen. I go answer you for that very one. We get something from Jackson. They make I for take him. Say Code of Conduct Bureau of Crooks and Wicked Bribe Money. He said in November 2022, the Code of Conduct Bureau, that is CCB, began an investigation on now Rivers Governor Francis Fubara. All the invitations sent to him to appear, he shunned. CCB threatened to drag him to the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, for trial. That was the end. What happened? The chairman of CCB, Mohammed Issa, and his 9-member board pocketed 100 million each from former Governor Nyesom Wike to back off from prosecuting Fubara. After collecting the bribe money, they delayed until Fubara was sworn in as governor. The case is now dead until Fubara loses immunity. Meaning say Fubara get immunity now, and you see wetin we dey talk now about corruption related to Wike. Everywhere you hear about Wike, you go hear say he give money to justice, he give money to this very one, but Peter Obi is coming, His Excellency, as we can see. He said, I will reclaim my mandate back. And now for that very mandate, now for that very one, now we dey. Because wetin happen for 25th of February, we know. All eyes on judiciary. Peter Obi is coming. And our people make una get hope. That's why we dey here. They tell us say, hope dey very, very much alive. Because all these baggages will be say Tinubu gate, there is no way will be say Supreme Court, not even before the Supreme Court, this tribunal go come out, go begin to tell us another thing. Tribunal go talk and we know say e go favor Nigerians. Not be say only obedience, but well-meaning Nigerians. We know say even when they appeal, go to Supreme Court, we know say Supreme Court go talk. Because wetin happen on the 25th of February, we all know, we dey alive. No be say dem dey give us stories of wetin happen 1970, or dem wan tell us say wetin happen during Christ era or Julius Caesar era. This one na for our own, never tell, na for our own eyes this one happen. And anything wey dem come, we don dey study constitution to do wetin we wan do when that time come. We dey study the electoral law. Every obedient now don't become lawyer. Now wetin we go see because of say our people no one do the right thing. So to answer your question where you asked me before, corruption be APC, APC be corruption. You understand? About scandal, Tinubu be scandal himself, and na snitch to US where we know. Until US open that in can of worms, then go know say yes, see all these baggages. With that one, I go say make una listen to wetin our own brother Farotimi as he take talk things out, and how the question when they ask him about this election, how he take talk say na INEC be the thing where happen. Nothing happen, no glitches, nothing on that very day, which we know and which we have proven in court. But I dey like make we for the hear am from our own person where they talk say na INEC na it happen. When we dey talk all these things, I bet make una dey like and they share. Let's take a listen to Farotimi as in take talk am.
Question is, do you think that the beavers worked?
Everything worked except INEC.
Okay, so when you say everything worked except INEC, yes. What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay, I wasn't just speaking to the election. I participated. I was at the polling unit as designated. The beavers machine worked as much as it was allowed to work by human machinations. Because at my own polling booth, the first said, oh, some alphabets were not working, so they couldn't accredit those on time. We later realized that it was designed to frustrate some people into leaving. But people were determined to vote, so they waited. Eventually, in my place, they allowed the beavers machine to accredit those they had earlier left out. Voting did not end in my polling unit until about 8:40 something in the evening, and they did not finish counting until about 1:42 or 1:43
a.m.
a.m.
That's the following day.
Yes.
Was it isolated in your area, or was this what it was common around where you had friends, or what your party, for example?
It would be unfair to everybody concerned, including myself, for me to speak to what is outside my direct knowledge and participation. I am speaking to what I saw. How many of those incidents you might find all over the country will be left to observers to say or speak to? But on the day in question, everything worked in my own space until it came to upload. And then they could upload House of Reps, they could upload Senate, but the presidential election result was not amenable to upload.
To your mind, what do you think went wrong?
It is very clear what went wrong. INEC deliberately, and I said this without any equivocation and with all sense of responsibility, INEC deliberately sabotaged the electoral process because it was working to a predetermined, obnoxious and nauseous conclusion. It's not about the system failing, it's about human beings electing on their own to sabotage a system. This is, if I switch off the TV screen behind you, it goes off. But it requires my intervention to go off.
Be asking what went wrong. INEC deliberately, intentionally, with malice aforethought, means say they get bad belle wey dem don plan before. Now they can't do that very short down for only presidential election. The highest one for the nation. The one where we say it go save Nigeria from all these things. Now we see. If una want make people they hear all of these things, make una for like and share this very video. And I won't tell una say, in 2011, the one where we say una make una no forget too soon, Tinubu was tried before the Code of Conduct Tribunal in Nigeria here for illegally operating 16 foreign bank accounts. And eager to avoid the embarrassment he would previously suffered when he is being photographed in court. Now what he can do? He refused to take his place at the dock in that judicial hearing. But that very unwelcome attention appears to have done little to rein in the political extravagant taste. And Tinubu once again found himself embroiled in a corruption scandal following an investigation into the luxurious 7,000 square foot mansion where he stayed when receiving medical care in London. We know about that mansion for London. We know about Tinubu and even Buhari for inside on a whole lot of things where we say una suppose no. But thank God say some of these things they happen where we say we still there alive. No be the thing where we say they don't tell us back before. Something way bad. Some people they talk say the devil I know is better than the angel I don't know. That one make una carry them away for one side. See, the name devil denotes bad things. You understand? When anywhere when we say they hear say this person they do this one, you go another place. This person they do bad. If they do bad, this it gets some truth when we say there inside. Just do your own bidding. Tinubu, where we know with everything where they inside court, where we say we dey, must be disqualified, and heavens will not fall. And it go be the first time where we say our judiciary stand up for their own people. I beg, make una like and share this very video. Make it for reach others where we say they no know the plans about this invasion thing. They no know about wicked bribery and using Mary Audrey ex-justice, and knowing about what they happen with the former Lagos State governor where we say Fashola, where they don't carry army, they guide, and because of sake of say simple things come out where they talk saying a lie, say in the plan to manipulate justices with all this one. I beg make una for share like. Now what we fit do for our gallant and our energetic P2B, where we say anywhere where in they go, in the day free, you know they carry police, they go. Except the place where we say, they talk say, make it carry police go. Anywhere where you go, people they like am. Now the person will be say people accept from north, west, east, and everywhere. He is the person, he is the people's president. That we know. That very mandate must be returned. And in God we trust. With this one, I go talk say, we don't stay for today. And tomorrow, we go bring on important things. Make una remember say, this program na Hope Alive for Obidati Family TV. Now make we dey bring on the hope wey be say POC make we dey together. Because dem talk say in togetherness, when dem talk say we go do this one, go do rerun or go do another election or waiting, all of us go dey together. So that's why they hold this program, make everybody know. So make you for like, share and comment. What do you think about this Niger issue? What do you think about Tinubu's baggages we carry for US? And what do you think about this issue about tribunal where they talk say na bribe for here and we can they involved and we can know they involved and all of that. What do you think? Comment there. But most especially like and share. With that one, I go talk say on a bye for now.